You just bought Blaston, and you wonder, are there essential things that you should know about? Like timeless things. Things that will get you on the right start and down the right path. Not about meta, not about just about weapons, but like, hey, should you spend your currency? Top right hand corner, right? Should you spend those currency or should you keep them? Where is a good place where all the players hang out, etc. and so on. So today we're just gonna go over some of the very basic stuff about Blaston. So this should be especially helpful to those who are either looking to purchase Blaston or just purchase Blaston and want to make sure you go down the right path. So first thing first, once you start up the game, you'll be on your podium. This is where you pretty much maneuver most of the stuff throughout the game. And by pressing this duel button, you will get into a match and play with an opponent. If you're new, all right, half the matches you played are gonna be played with bots or AI or however you call them. And the AI and the bot is always around your skill level, all the way up to 2,000 trophy points, which is considered to be Overlord, and you start all the way down here in bronze. Once you get to Diamond though, you could actually go onto Blaston's Discord, which is the link down below, all right, in the description, and get a free copy of Blaston, all right? So the bot, going back to subject, the bot will be as hard as Overlord or as easy as bronze. So when you duel, if there's no real player online, you will duel with a bot. Unless, I believe if you get to either gold or diamond, you get to have more options. Like, do you want to avoid bot altogether, right? So bot while queuing, so if I just unclick that, that means I don't have to duel with bots anymore and just duel with real opponent. And then does bot give you a reward? Not only that bot give you a reward, but you could actually lose your trophy points when you lose to a bot, right? So, or you get interrupted when a real player arrives. So you could pretty much turn that off once you reach a certain level. But for starters, feel free to click on that duel button. You might get a real person, you might get a bot, if there's no real person. So that explains the duel button. Now, one thing a lot of players might have question about is how does the currency system work? So first of all, as of right now, as of right now, all the weapons that you have, okay, all your weapons, you only need the yellow currency. And this yellow currency is called credits. And credits is very, very easy to come by, as you can see here, all right? And the average weapon, I forgot how much they cost, but I think they're like a couple hundred credits, all right? I could be wrong here because I haven't unlocked any weapon for a very long time. So when you get credit in the game as a new player, you want to first just unlock all the weapons, all right? You will have plenty of credits to unlock all the weapons. So you see a new weapon, unlock it. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to be like, do I want to unlock this weapon or not? Unlock everything because you're going to get plenty of credits. Now, Blast, on the other hand, is something very, very hard to, much more hard to come by. As of right now, as you're leveling, I believe you get Blast. Now, which brings us to the shop. Okay, so shop. First of all, skins that require credit, go ahead and buy all of them after you have unlocked all your weapons. Now, skins that require blast, on the other hand, like this, only purchase what you like. Unless you don't mind buying some blast, which is pretty affordable if you think about it, because it's $10 for 450 blasts. And each of this item right here is only about 50 blasts. So, $10 will pretty much get you almost like half, majority of the cosmetics that require a blast in this game. Now, a lot of the cosmetics though do take credit. So yeah, like be sure to buy all of them once you unlock the weapons. One thing I do want to point out, this is very important, This right here, oh, this is right here, the credit part, right here. This is trading Blast for credit. This is something you never want to do. This 3 button, do not touch it. I actually accidentally traded 400 Blasts for credit, so don't touch this. All right, with that being said, loadout screen is where you can change your weapon. When you're using weapons, sometimes you might find a super powerful weapon. Just be aware the cooldown timer on this, it's pretty high, like 7 seconds. This is a super powerful one. That's 10 seconds. That means if you grab this weapon, it's gonna take 10 seconds for this area to spawn. All right, 10 seconds, 10 whole seconds where you're gonna stand there and letting your opponent shoot at you. So sometimes it's much better to have a low cooldown loadout like mine. My average spawn rate is 3.2 seconds. That means pretty much I will never stop shooting. Okay, so that's why it's important to not only look at how strong a weapon is, but also how long it takes for the weapon to spawn. As you can see here, my loadout average spawn timer is 3.2 seconds. This will change from meta to meta, but as of right now, as we're recording this video, if you could get a spawn timer down to 3, you never want to kind of exceed about 5. So that's the spawn timer, the important spawn timer. And also, the next thing I want to go over real quick is you have a bench, right? So this is where your weapons spawn. 3 weapons spawn here, 3 weapons spawn here when you're in a real game. Your total spawn has to be less than 30 seconds worth of spawn timer. So that means what? If you have this guy, right, 10 seconds, this guy 10 seconds, right, and then another weapon that's 10 seconds, you can only have 3 weapons on your bench maximum at all times. All right. Now, if you have, my weapons, which are here, it's 3 plus 3 plus 6 plus 4, that's 6 plus 4, that's 10, and then 2 plus 4 plus 3, that's 9. So that's only 19 seconds, right? So I still have 11 seconds of free space on my bench. So just be aware, you have a total spawn cap of 30 seconds on your bench and the weapon that you're holding. Once you have maximized those 30 seconds, there will no longer be weapons spawning on your bench or on your bench until you utilize one of them or all of them. All right, ranking, that's not very important as of right now. Oh, friendly duel, this is pretty important. So if you have a buddy or if you happen to have 2 headsets in the household, you could actually create a friendly duel. So the one thing is cool about this game is if you have 2 headsets, you could use 1 copy of the game and play on both headsets. The only issue is you guys have to use the same loadout, same weapons. But nevertheless, you could do it. But you could just reach diamond. It takes like 4 hours of gameplay, I believe. I would say 2 to 3 hours of gameplay. Yeah, it takes 2 to 3 hours of gameplay to reach diamond if you're slow. So, and you can get a second copy. There's no reason why you shouldn't have 2 copies. But friendly duel, if you want to do it with a buddy, you could always create a room and then give them a code, and then your buddy could just simply join. Or if you have more than 1 buddy, they could spectate you. So they could spectate you guys. This way is pretty okay. All right, this way is pretty cool. But there's a much better way to do this, and I'm gonna show you just in a sec. So with that being said, last thing I kind of want to go over is this right here. So if you want to listen to, first of all, you could turn on mute or you could have your mic on. Okay. Haptic feedback means where your controllers vibrate, right? And then, oh, mute. I have no idea what this is then, but I do know the mic, so I always have the mic on. Anyways, this is something I adjust. I actually keep the music all the way down. So if I'm doing a workout, I like to listen to some music. So I will be listening to the music that I enjoy. At the same time, I will hear the game effect. Okay. And when I'm playing competitively, I also turn the music off so that I can hear every single shot that are coming, that are fired and coming to me. With that being said, I think this is some of the most important things on the podium. In the future, I believe Blaston is going to host a lot more tournaments. in order to enter this tournament, you will have to use Blast. So, but I believe it starts and you could register like right here in the future. But that's just something in the future. Anyways, going back to dueling with other players, so you got two ways to do it right now. One is duel by clicking on duel. Second is you could duel with your buddies by creating a room to join. And then the third, which is the coolest way to do it, is there is a OZO Lounge. So there's a door right there, and there's a door right there. We're just gonna take that door, and let's go. All right, gonna wait for just a minute for the game to load up. Ooh, look at this. We got the OZO Lounge. So this is the OZO Lounge. And when you get to the door, I'll scan you. This is like the Fight Club. This is like the Fight Club. If you guys never watched that movie, go check it out. It's such a good movie. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a guy in here. All right. So in the OZO Lounge, unfortunately, there's not that many people in here. You could drink some cool juice. You could play this game called Blaston. And then you could play some darts. Oh, do I get a 50? No, I don't. Right? And you could change the color of your character. But over here, if you find another player and you fist bump them, okay, you just got a fist bump. And the golden hour, I would say the OZO Lounge is 9 Pacific Standard Time, around 7 p.m., 5 to 7 p.m. That's usually the most players hang out here. So if you find a player, or if you're with your buddy, you could fist bump them. So if you fist bump a buddy, oh, there's no one here right now, so I have to fist bump myself. It will say, would you like to duel? And all you have to do is thumb up. So if you have a group of buddies and you guys want to kind of like do a merry-go-round and play against each other, all right, if I play against each other, and you can even host like a small tournament in here, right? Like you could just fist bump and play against each other. Once you fist bump, you do a thumb up, so you get into the game. There's gonna be a spear, right? Like a circle, right? Like a ball, actually a ball that you could grab, and it will take you, and it will take the other players that want to observe you guys, spectate you guys into the game, and spectate. So, which is pretty cool. Now, in friendly matches, okay, so if you're back out there on the podium, you're in the friendly match, your mic is turned on, okay? And if you're doing a friendly match in here, your mic is also turned on. Now, when you're dueling on the podium, your mic is turned off. All right? So, yeah. So I think those are some of the very cool, some of the very basic stuff. But I think it's very crucial and important that every new player should know about Blaston. Blast on, boys. Woody out. Oh. Woody out. Take care.